is looking at a sample exam, two different sample exams for the first exam. So you'll need to go to Blackboard, and I put this in learning modules under the quizzes. Okay, so there's a sample exam that actually has questions. You can read this. The real exam will be about half this length. This is set so that you can take it however many times you want to. Password is 3.14 as normal. And it will do auto grading on these questions, and you can't really trust the auto grading. What is printed here, you can of course copy and paste this over while taking the sample exam. Okay, so let's just say that I submit all those to see whether I have the right answers. I have it set so that it'll tell you right away. There's the correct answer, and there's what your answer was. There are some short answer types of questions as well. So this one here was a play computer question. So for a play computer question, you're supposed to run through the Python code yourself and keep track of what happens to the variables. So this one here, there's a variable MSG and there's a variable X. So I've kept track of what happens to those variables and then also what's printed on the screen. There's only two of these on there, one with a while loop and one with a for loop. There's a few other short answer types of questions in here. So fix the syntax error. There's a little bit of code with one syntax error. And then you're supposed to copy paste and fix the error. So for this one, there's a uppercase P. That would be the problem. Okay, so you want to look through all those questions. There are a lot of questions. This is pretty much everything. All the little trivia, and then a few questions evaluating Python expressions and giving Python code. Okay, so check those out, and you can ask about those in Mattermost. The other example, sample exam to check out is to make sure you'll be able to use the test system that I want to use. So this uses a lockdown browser. This only works on Windows and Mac, and you need to be able to install a program. So if you're not going to have access to a Windows or Mac computer where you can install a program, let me know. This link here goes to instructions for downloading and installing this thing. So you go to downloads.indstate.edu, which I don't have. You can just follow the instructions here to get this installed. So you log in, download, install. I have already done that. It came with this package here to install. That's what it looked like on my Mac. So then over in the applications, I have a program called Lockdown Browser. All right, if we get that all installed, then we go over to actually click on the exam. This is set to be 15 minutes. It's just 2 questions. It says that there's a password, but that's not the normal password. What it says here is this is Lockdown Browser test, so we need to go over and run Lockdown Browser. If it complains about something that's running, so it's complaining about this recording, you're going to have to let it close that stuff. Right now I'm going to quit my Lockdown Browser. If you get to that point where you open it up, what it's going to do is it's going to look, so you'll let it quit whatever applications, and it's going to look like you're just logging into Blackboard. So you won't be logged in. It'll ask for your ISU portal ID and password, and it'll pull it up and it'll look kind of like this. And so then you'll have to go back into our course in the lockdown browser and go over to the learning modules and the quizzes and click on the test. And then it'll start going through the test process. And it's going to want to turn your webcam on to show that there's nobody in the room with you. There's nothing around. And it just goes through a series of checks to verify that you're in a room by yourself to take this test. And then it'll record while you're taking the test. So the reason is to have some integrity with testing, that we can trust the answers, and that your work is just as your testing environment is just as fair as anybody else, that you're not being compared against somebody